Semaphore is a synchronization tool that does not require busy waiting. So it's a type of a tool. It will execute two types of atomic operations. One is wait operation, the second one is signal operation. So using these two operations, it will not go for it. That means that does not require busy waiting. So that you will understand with the code now. So we define a semaphore yes, which is used as the integer variable now to operate two functions here. One is wait and another is signal based on yes. If s is 0, maybe I'll execute wait. If s is 1, I'll execute signal. So originally called P and V here. So this is less complicated compared to other methods. So can only be accessed via two indivisible atomic operations. That's what. One is wait operation, the second one is signal operation. So let us see. So now I'll execute wait operation first for one of the conditions, say yes. What is that condition? Yes, I have taken. S is less than or equal to 0. At this time, and in place of critical section, I have not used any critical section. I have mentioned the set of code here. I mean, I am executing some instructions, say yes minus minus. So next time, when I will change if we have signal of yes, that time I'll execute another set of instruction which is yes plus plus. So two set of operations, wait and signal operation. To avoid I'll not allow the process to wait for long time. So I will go for another process in the next operation by the name signal. So these are the techniques used here. So I will go for a counting semaphore. So here integer value can range over an unrestricted domain. So here you can go for any integer number when you go for counting semaphore. I have another semaphore called binary semaphore. Here I can go, binary means what? I can go integer value only between 0 and 1. That's what. Maybe in the initial case, I have not mentioned whether it is integer or binary. So here you can, yes means you can go for any other integer, maybe 20, 30, whatever you want. So if you go for binary semaphore, you only have to go for two cases. One is s equal to 0 and second one is s equal to 1. So this is also known as mutex locks. So one time when it is 0, it will execute wait operation. When the mutex lock is released, next time when I go for 1, so that time you execute signal operation. So can implement a counting semaphore yes as a binary semaphore. Either you can execute as a counting semaphore or as a binary semaphore. So it provides a mutual exclusion. So the same thing here. I will first initially I will define a semaphore integer semaphore variable, say yes. So initially if you initialize it to 1, so I am executing some of the operations, say wait of yes. When s is 1, so I will allow one of the process in the critical section. Next time when s is 0, I will execute signal of s. So semaphore implementation here must guarantee that no two processes can execute wait and signal on the same semaphore at the same time. So that's what. When s is 1, maybe wait operation. When s is 0, I'll go for signal operation. But at the same time, for same condition on same semaphore, you cannot execute both the set of instructions. So in order to differentiate, I have taken two operations. One is wait and one is signal. So thus implementation becomes the critical section problem where the wait and signal code are placed in the critical section. That's what. One time I'll place wait, the instruction related to wait or say wait condition in the critical section. Next time I will execute the instruction related to the condition signal. So could now have busy waiting in critical section implementation. So how is that? But implementation code is short. So if at all code is short, that means what? The critical section, whatever you are executing, then you can finish it fast. Little busy waiting if critical section rarely occupy. Fine. So based on that, the length of the code and the number of process, so you are going to the repeat while do and while what is it we do? How many times you execute, that depends again on the what is the length of the job and the number of process. So note that application may spend lots of time in critical section and therefore this is not a good solution. So anyway, say for example, if you go for if the code is short, then it is fine. If code is lengthy, then it will be in only one process in the wait condition only. So that time the other process which is under the condition signal will be keep waiting for long time. So this is not a best solution here, because here what is the difference? I don't have reminder section at all. So when I talk about critical section, the initial techniques, there I have a reminder section. I can preempt. It's not necessary that I have to keep the process 2 to wait for a long time. So even even though I am not completed with my job 1, I can preempt. If any other job is emergent, I can preempt. I'll put the remaining code in the remainder section, then I'll give the control to the another process. But this is not possible here. Once I start executing one of the process in the wait condition, I have to continue with that. The other has to wait in the signal condition. So because there is no section called remainder section. So with each semaphore, there is an associated waiting queue here. So each entry in a waiting queue has 2 data items. So how is it I'll allow those processes to wait in the queue? So there are 2 data items in the waiting queue. What are those? I'll take a value which is defined in the form of integer. I'll go for a pointer to next record in the list. So based on the value, correct, now when S is 1, I'll execute one process. When S is 0, I'll execute another process. Correct? And pointer is required because I don't know if I have any process in the queue, then how is that I'll manage? So I need some pointer to keep record, to trace the number of process and how many processes you have completed. All that information should be available. So 2 operations are going to be executed. One is called block and second one is called wake up here. So in the block operation, what is it the semaphore will do? Here it will place the process invoking the operation on the appropriate waiting queue. So once the request has come, so it will initiate, invoke the set of instruction what is to be executed. That will be put it in the waiting queue first. That means I will block. Initially I'll block, then only I will give the service. So first I'll put it in a queue. Second one is wake up. Wake up means what? Here when you are blocked, maybe not only one process, you are keep blocking. If the CPU is not free, I have P1, P2, P3, many processes in the queue now. Now based on the requirement, which process I will wake, which process I want to service now. So I have to remove, I cannot remove all the processes which are in the queue. I'll remove one now, I'll pick one of the process. So remove one of the process in the waiting queue and place it in the ready queue. So I temporarily have put it in a queue called block. So there is so many processes waiting in the block. They are in the blocking state now. Now, what is that I'll do? If I put it in ready queue, I know that immediately CPU is going to pick that and it is going to execute. So whichever is emergent or based on the requirement, I'll pick one of the process from the block. I'll remove from the blocking waiting queue here, and that I'll put it in the ready queue. So CPU can execute the whatever the process we have waked up. Now whatever the process is available in the ready queue. You have moved one of the process from waiting queue to ready queue when you want to go for the second operation wake up. The same thing is shown here in the code. So implementation of wait is given and implementation of signal is given. So for wait of yes, maybe one of the condition I'll take. That time I'll execute the yes minus minus. I have seen the same thing, value minus minus we have done. What is the value? Instead of yes, I'm using value here. For the condition value is less than equal to 0, I'll be executing one of the statements, a value minus. So that time I am going to execute first type of operation. What is that? Block operation. So block operation, what is it you will do? You will add each and every process and you put it in the queue, waiting queue. What is that queue called? Waiting queue. That is done in when the semaphore is in the wait loop, right? So when I go for the next condition, so when I go for the what is the second operation I have wake up. Next time what is this set of instruction is executed under the semaphore condition signal, right? Again semaphore will execute 2 types of operation. What are those? One is wait and signal, right? So now when the condition is yes with respect to signal, instead of minus minus I'll go for value plus plus. For the condition value less than or equal to 0, what is that I will do this time? I will wake up. Wake up means what? I'll remove the one of the process P from the waiting queue and put it into the ready queue. So this is how you are going to do the wake up operation with respect to the process P. Which some process you have waked up, that you have put it here. You have blocked means you have put it in a queue. Whereas in the second case, you have removed from waiting queue or putting it in the ready queue. That means you have wake up one of the process P. P may be P0, P1, whichever it is. So that is how you implement the signal and wait. So in wait, implementation of wait is done for first operation block and implementation of signal is done for